So, hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So, it's day three, and as I mentioned in my previous video, we'll be creating the virtual machine on Azure using a CLI instead of using the Azure portal. Okay, so I'll start with my lab now. Create VM using Azure CLI. So, I have already opened my lab in a different tab. Now, let's start with the question. So, this DevOps team is in process of migrating some of their workload to Azure, and one task involves that creating a new virtual machine using Azure CLI. And also, they have clearly mentioned that the team doesn't have the access to Azure portal, but can manage the Azure resources via the Azure client host. So this is the thing, and then they have mentioned us the details of the VMs as well. Create a new Azure VM and the VM name, and then the image they have mentioned as Ubuntu Linux, and then the size will be standard B2, and they have also mentioned the admin username and then the other details as well, desk details and everything. So, and one thing which we need to uh, make a note is for creating this Azure VM, they haven't provided us the resource group name. So in that case, we'll be using the default resource group, which is present in this Azure client. So we'll see what's the default resource group which is present in this Azure client. So for this, we will just give easy group list hyphen output and then the table. So this is our default resource group which is present in this Azure client. Now let's get started with creating our VM. So for this, the command will be easy create. Sorry, easy VM create, and then let's start with the resource group, which should be hyphen resource group, and then the resource group. You can just copy paste it. And then the VM name, it's in the question itself. We can just copy paste it. And the image, and this will be the size. It should be standard PS2. This is not the disk size, but this is the one which says that how much CPU or else memory will be present in this server by default. So now I will just mention the admin username. And to log into the server, we need this, as I covered it in the day one, we need this SSH key. So to generate the SSH key, the command will be -generate -SSH -key. So next will be the storage account details, and then the storage SKU should be standard LRS, which means it's HDD, I guess, if I'm not wrong. And the disk should be 30 GB. So I'll just reconfirm our command. It's azvm create hyphen resource hyphen group, and then the resource group name and hyphen name the VM name, and the image should be Ubuntu, and then the site should be standard V2S, and then the admin user should be Azure user, and then we have created our SSH keys as well, and then the storage account should be standard LRS, and then the disk will be 30. So I'll just paste or type enter. So this is the path in which our private key will be stored in the server. Once this is created, it will provide us the private IP, public IP details, and the output itself. So you can see, right, this is our private IP address and then the public IP address. To log into the server with our SSH key, we will just give SSH, the admin username, @ and then the public IP. So for this, SSH, Azure, and then the public IP, and then let's just press enter. And then yes. So now we can see that we can log into this newly created VM. I'll just give uptime. It's just 2 minutes, and then cat dash etc to check the OS details. We can see it's Ubuntu version 22.4, and for the disk details in this PLK, we can also check that. And here 30 GB of disk is also created. So we will now click on check to verify if our VM is created or not properly. It's successful now. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching.